It's my pleasure to welcome Max Martini to GallantFew's podcast. Max, it's been a couple of days.
It has been a few days. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, absolutely. You continue to do wonderful things for the veteran community, and your messaging and entertainment and personal life is just absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you. This is the movie that we're about to talk about.
Mhm.
Is the director was a veteran, and uh, and he's one of the stars of the film is a veteran. He has veterans behind the camera. He and I have been kind of active in trying to also help veterans come into the entertainment industry and reinvent themselves post combat. So I'm excited to say that we've included some veterans in this project.
Well, you have a long history of projects that roll veterans in, right? And also feature veterans.
I do.
Uh, I think the last time that you and I talked, it was Sergeant Will Gardner when you released that.
Yeah.
So, what a phenomenal story about somebody trying to process combat experiences and come back into civilian life.
Yeah, I was on a series. For those that don't know, at the time I was on a show called The Unit that ran for I think 4 years, and
That's where I first saw you.
yeah,
I
that was
love that
hugely
show.
popular with the military. Yeah, great show. And we had a few of the actors and I had organized trips to the Middle East, and I had befriended a young Army Ranger that you know was seemingly fine when I met him, and we stayed in contact. And the minute he came back, actually that's a lie. He emailed me from the Middle East and said that he was having trouble sleeping and having anger issues, and he had survived. I want to say three IEDs and one significant blast, and was scared to go forward and ask for help, and you know one of the so that inspired me to make this movie, and I wanted to tell a story about a veteran that was suffering from emotional and physical injuries but remained heroic through the film, that was inspiring to other veterans, and not regardless of his situation. So I think it was successful in that regard. Hugely embraced by the veteran community. My friend, unfortunately, is still dealing with
Hmm.
it. And, at the time, there was a stigma kind of attached to coming forward and asking for help as a soldier, and I
Well, there
think,
still is.
is there still, yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I know that, that was one of the things that I made an effort to really draw attention to, that should not be the case. And I always reference Warrior's Heart Foundation, which was started by
Phenomenal group.
that's right,
Mhm.
and and the gentleman that my connection to Warrior's Heart is a former unit guy, and he and his brother. I'm sure you know him, are very vocal about the removal of that stigma. So yeah, that's one of my more proud, one of the projects that I'm most proud of, and like I said, it was I received so many texts, Carl, that thanking me, for either motivating someone to get help or motivating somebody to be more present with their family, and there were just a myriad of reasons that people felt moved by that film, and
Right after that, and I think subconsciously you were probably part of the motivation for that. I went back to school and got my master's degree in rehabilitation counseling. So now
really
I'm a licensed professional counselor in Texas and Colorado.
good for you.
And yeah, and I work exclusively with veterans.
uh,
And through the nonprofit Gallant Few, they don't pay a penny for the counseling services they get. I also we partner with the 75th Ranger Regiment, the active duty guys,
uh-huh.
and we do quarterly Ranger for Life briefings where any Rangers that are within 180 days of getting out, we get in front of them. We do It's not a job fair per se, but organizations that are interested in talking to Rangers about post-military careers,
Yeah.
they come. We've had Secret Service, we've had a lot of law enforcement, we've had some corporations. They'll send people to talk about what life after the military looks like. And of course,
Yeah.
we want to convince them to stay in, right?
Right.
Because we all have invested so much money in them. And we know after we get out, we wished we were back in. So we want to convince them to stay. So we're a retention tool for the unit. But then once they decide to get out, we want to do everything we can to maximize their physical, emotional, mental health as they make that transition, because we want them accelerating into civilian life and being leaders in the community and not really struggling trying to figure out where their place is now. And then they end up living a life that's substandard to what it should be.
Right. Wow, what an amazing service that you're doing for them, you know.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Right.
So talk about your new project, Osiris.
So Osiris is a little bit of a departure from the military films that I'm used to being part of. But I
haven't seen you chased by an alien in anything yet.
No, this is a new one. This is new for me. But, you know, and one of the things that drew me to the film, you know, so Will Kaufman, the director, he and I did a movie called The Channel together, and, you know, and he's the veteran that I was telling you about. So he does military based stories, and this I liken to Aliens. It's a bit of a throwback to the old school Monster in the House films, and in that the aliens are practical. So we're so used to seeing computer generated bad guys these days, monsters and whatnot. We actually brought on a creature artist to this movie that built the alien bodies, built the heads. We had creature actors in the suits that, you know, came up with these kind of characteristics and behaviorisms for the aliens. And so when you see the movie, the actor's head comes up to the shoulders of the alien. The head is actually animatronic. So we had creature artists off camera on remote controls manipulating the facial expressions and the saliva coming out of the nostrils, and, you know, but it was really well executed, and they're very scary. It's nonstop testosterone driven action. And to your military community, I'll add that I think tactically, this is easy top 4 movies that I've seen. I mean, the maneuvering through the ship is on point. We had a buddy of mine that's a former SEAL Team 6 operator come in and do the as a tactical advisor, and he stayed with us. He did the boot camp, and then he stayed with us through the shooting. You know, and like I said, one of our castmates was a former SEAL. So we people that love that stuff on screen are gonna go crazy for the Osiris.
And you made a point of bringing a lot of veterans in too to act. Is that right? Yeah.
Well, we also had veterans off camera, but on camera, specifically, David B. Meadows is a former team guy. He and I met on Captain Phillips, and as did my buddy that did the boot camp. He and I met on Captain Phillips also, and so, you know, you've got them as sort of points of reference. You can check in with them every now and again, and, you know, they'll give you a thumbs up, and you keep moving forward. But yeah, tactically, it's incredible.
And when's it coming out? Where can we see it?
Came out today. It's
today. What great timing!
Today, the 25th. It's available. So the timing for this was great, and it's available on all the streaming platforms.
Nice. I will add, when I go back in and edit this, I'll put links into the trailer and to where you can watch it.
Great, fantastic. Yeah, thank you. iTunes, Amazon, all of those.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate the plug. I mean, this was a huge help, and you know, it's. I tell people it's, you know, there's nothing preachy. There's no agenda. It's pure entertainment. Crack a beer, make some popcorn, enjoy the ride.
We need more of that.
We need more of that.
What movies are supposed to be.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's next for you, Max?
So I have a movie that releases on August 22nd called Hollywood Grit. I have a modern day Western that they're finishing up and a 1870s Western that they've just
fun.
shooting. Yeah, that was a bucket list job. So lots of stuff coming up, and I post about that on my Instagram. So if people are interested, it's Max Martini LA. You can follow that, and yeah, lots of stuff coming up. Hollywood Grid is got bought by AMC Theaters, so it comes out in theaters on the 22nd.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I want to be the first to invite you. So next June, middle of June, I think it's probably going to be the 14th to the 20th. We do every summer. We do an event where we take a bunch of Rangers and other veterans to Colorado, and we do a bunch of hiking. We do rock climbing. We summit Pikes Peak. We do a sweat lodge with the Lakota tribe, which is more commonly known as the Sioux.
Yeah.
And I would love to have you come out, be my guest, and participate in that with us.
Put me on the list. Let's touch base as we get closer.
I will shoot you some info. Yeah, we call it the Spirited Darby, and we call it that because William Darby was the founder of the Rangers in World War II.
Okay.
And he wrote when they disbanded, he wrote a letter to all of them talking about carrying the spirit of the Rangers back into their civilian lives and being proud of that. And so when you flash forward into more modern times, coming out of Vietnam and the all draft military, General Creighton Abrams created a Ranger battalion to provide a shining example of what good soldiers should be, right? And that helped rebuild the Army from the inside out. So the Spirit of Darby has kind of gone into rebuilding the military. And so the reason we chose Spirit of Darby for it is because when we do this, when you do hard stuff with other people, you become close to them. You trust them, right? And then at night you sit around the campfire. We don't have alcohol or drugs out there. It's all natural. We sit around the campfire and we talk about what's going on in our lives. And we bring in a couple of licensed counselors who are Ranger veterans. And if anybody wants to talk one-on-one, they have the opportunity to do that. And we do this because we want to show, kind of like you said, not normalizing post-traumatic stress, but making it okay to go ask for help.
Yeah.
So we want to say, look, if Army Rangers can have this kind of conversation, then anybody can have this kind of conversation. So it's leading the way. Just as Rangers helped rebuild the military, we want Rangers to help rebuild the approach to mental health. Yeah. And so by doing it on the active duty side and then with the veteran side, we think it's pretty cool. We have coming up in September, we do a month-long event called Run Ranger Run. That is a team event.
I've heard of that.
I think you have heard of it. You may have participated or at least done. You might have done a promo for us a few years ago.
Maybe that's exactly because I do know.
Yeah, so I'll contact you offline, but I would love for you to be part of my team. We log miles. We ask people to make some donations to continue supporting the work we do with Rangers.
That's in Texas.
Anybody that's out there, I'm sorry.
That's in Texas.
Oh, it's wherever you are.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
it's a team event. People log miles, and they'll go on social media and say, hey, I did my 2 miles for Run Ranger Run today. Right. Walking, swimming, biking, however you want to do it. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. But more importantly, we're talking about mental health for the special operations community. Yeah. And I've started working closely with the father of Navy SEAL Nathan Gage Ingram. Gage was a Navy SEAL that I think a year and a half ago was lost at sea trying to board a vessel. He and one of his SEAL teammates both went in the water. He went after the other guy to try to save him, and they both sank, never recovered their bodies. Oh. So the father is putting together a foundation, the Nathan Gage Ingram Foundation, and that focuses on, again, mental health for special operations. I'm a resource for him and any of the special operations folks that come into his organization to make sure that they know it's okay to ask for help. Yeah. And it's not all touchy-feely stuff. It's just like if you strain a muscle on a run or carrying a rucksack or jumping out of an airplane, you go see a physical therapist, you get healed.
And
if
you come
strain
back.
Something mentally, emotionally, you need to go see a specialist that can help you heal that. And that's what we do.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Doing God's work, Carl. It's great.
Hey, trying.
Yeah, brother.
And you as well, Max.
Thanks.
What else does anybody need to know about you? I hijacked the conversation there a little bit.
That's about it. I mean, I'm out here, raising kids and trying to get them through college, and I'm almost out of the weeds, but not quite. But yeah, though the movies that I have coming out, like I said, I post about those. I mean, I don't have anything coming out that's military, but the westerns are pretty cool. The one that the 1870s one was based on a Louis L'Amour novel.
Nice.
Yeah, and I play the antagonist in that one, which was fun. First time I think I've ever been on screen without a weapon. I came in with a team of gunslingers behind me that did all the dirty work, so it was interesting. But yeah, no, I'm excited about Osiris, and I think that people will really love watching it.
Well, it's awesome. It's great to talk to you, Max. It's nice to catch up a little.
Thanks, Carl.
And if you ever get out here to Texas, to the Dallas area, look me up.
Soon. So I did the last season of Lioness.
Love that. Absolutely, yes. That way, and I had a note even to mention that. What a great series that is.
Great show, right? So we're waiting to hear. I'm sure it'll get picked up on the third season. Season 2 was in Fort Worth. So if I come back out for 3, I'll look you up.
Yeah, please do.
I will. Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Max, God bless. Good luck. And we'll be watching you in the theaters.
Appreciate you. Thanks, Carl.
All right.
See you, buddy.